Today I'm going to make spinach dal. It is a dry dal, eaten mostly like a sabji. For that I need 1 cup of rinsed and soaked for about 20 minutes to a half hour Moong dal. So this is 1 cup of Moong dal, half an onion. I prefer red onions, but I don't have any today. So I'm just using the regular white onion. And then 2 chilies. The chilies are to taste. You can have one or none for this dish. Initially for spices, I have about a half a spoon of mustard seeds and about a pinch of methi, which is the fenugreek seeds. I have a medium pan heating on medium low heat, and here are my chopped onions and green chilies, and here is the dal. I took all the water out, so now it's just rinsed dal. The oil is now hot, so I added the mustard seeds and the methi seeds, and just waiting it for it to splutter a little bit. And then I will add my onions and green chilies. So this dal started as like a dry dal that I used to eat as a child with rice and curry. And then slowly I started making it drier and drier. So I don't like my dal to be mushy. And then I started adding spinach to it to make it a little bit more nutritious. And then because Rajan likes onions and garlic and everything, I started adding some onions to it to give it a little bit of flavor, because before the dal was pretty bland, since it was just dal and it was meant to be eaten with something else. But because we eat this dal with roti and no curry or anything else, I wanted to make this dal a little bit more flavorful. So I started adding onions and green chili peppers to it. So now I'm going to saute this for about 3 minutes until the onions are translucent and the rawness goes away. So about 3 minutes at medium low. The onions have now sauteed nicely. I've turned the heat to low, and now I'm going to add the dal. I'm going to take about a minute and let the dal blend in with the oil and the onions and the green chili peppers. So the dal now has had a chance to just blend in with the oil and onions. This dal doesn't have that many spices, very few spices. Here I have 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of coriander cumin powder. I'm just going to add that. Now the key to this dal is staying dry. So if you want it to be dry, less like a dal and more like a sabji, then the key is to add water slowly and a little bit at a time, almost like a risotto. So I'll add like half a cup of water at a time, let it absorb, and then add another half a cup more. So total, it's 1 cup of dal. So total, I will add about 1.5 cups of water, because there will be some water additional coming from the frozen spinach. So that we will add at the end. So right now, I'm going to add about half a cup of water. Now I have some hot water remaining from when I made my tea. So I'm going to use hot water. You can use tap water, but if you have hot water, it speeds up the process. So I'm going to add half a cup of water first, let it absorb, and then add more. Okay, I have about 1 cup of hot water. I'm going to add half to it. So I added half of the 1 cup, so it's half a cup. I'm going to stir it so that the spices have a chance to blend. I will cover it and then let it cook until the water is absorbed. It has been a couple minutes. Most of the half cup of water that I added has been absorbed, so I'm gonna add the remaining. Now, can you add all the water at once? Of course, you can, but when you do that, the dal might not come out as like separated as you want. It might be a little bit more mushier. So that's okay, it tastes just the same, it's just the texture. If you like the dal to keep its shape, then I recommend making it risotto style, which is adding liquid a little bit at a time and letting it absorb. And that way you know exactly how much liquid to use also. So now total there's 1 cup of water in there. I'm gonna let it cook for another 5 minutes. So this is about 5 minutes later. Most of the water has been absorbed, so there's a total of 1 cup of water in there. I'm going to add half a cup more and then that's it. So that's all the water I'm going to add. Meanwhile, I have 1 cup of frozen spinach. You can absolutely add fresh, but it's a snow day today, so there's no fresh spinach for me. I don't have any in the refrigerator. I don't want to go out in the snow to get any, so frozen spinach to the rescue. And anyway, I prefer frozen spinach. It's already chopped, it's already cleaned, cut, everything, so it's just very easy to use. So frozen spinach. Now at this point I will add a pinch of salt and black pepper on top of the spinach just to season the spinach, and that's it. So I've added a little bit of black pepper and a pinch of salt. I'm going to, no need to thaw the spinach, you just throw it in as is. Just going to mix it in, cover, and dal should be ready in about 10 minutes. So start to finish, less than half hour. Okay, and now this is the final dal. As you can see, all the water has been absorbed. The dal is nice and soft, yet intact. If you want the dal to be more liquidy, you can obviously add a little bit more water. But this is the texture we like to eat with roti because it is like a vegetable. So I have plenty of spinach. Spinach, you can add fresh or frozen. This was frozen spinach. Everything is cooked thoroughly, and now it's ready to eat.